So I want to thank you for taking the time for meeting with me. It was a bit outrageous for us to kind of just hold your office hostage with 50 people in there. I know it's a bit overwhelming for you, and I hope you don't get the wrong impression. I would just want to make sure that the community's voice gets heard. Um, we as a community feel that we're often not given the voice um, in the community, um, especially being that we serve about 65% of your outpatient facilities. 65% of your patients are us. That's a huge majority, well over half. So I just want to build a mutual relationship here and work something out so that we make sure our voice is heard. So what can you do to make that happen?
Well, first, we understand what you said. It only makes sense because you guys live in the area and we do not. So you guys are definitely more in touch with the hospital itself. Um, as far as what we can do, I think we'll be able to work something out if we understand what your goals are. Um, we're willing to work with you guys. And I mean, we want to make this, a hospital where everybody wants to go. And I mean, we'd like to, increase our outpatient facilities, but that might not be able to work. So we just want to understand what your goals are, and we can go from there.
Now, why can't you increase the outpatient facilities? That's causing an increase in sickness amongst the community.
Right.
Our families are getting sick, our children are getting sick, and the sickness rate have risen because of the lack of outpatient facilities. And I would like to see one of our goals is to have a 100% increase in outpatient facilities to prevent the whole community from retracting sickness from one another. We'd like to overall enhance the well-being of the community, people that live here.
Right. We agree that we need to do a better job on the outpatient facility, but we just don't know where that money would be coming from. We're squeezed as it is right now, and our main focus is attracting, new research, better, medical professionals. We want to attract them to come to the hospital, and we feel like if we just drop all our money into the outpatient facility, it's going to attract the wrong thing. I mean, we understand you guys make up 65% of the current area in the hospital, and we don't know where that money would be coming from. So I mean, we could possibly discuss that in the future, but as of right now, I just don't see where we could squeeze that in.
But we have enough money to purchase a six-story facility,
Right.
so we don't have enough money to increase outpatient.
Right. Got me there. Uh, that new building is going to be used for research. We want to, like I said, we want to bring in more experienced professionals, and as it stands right now, I think it's 6 stories of the building is going to be for nursing residency.
Yep.
I mean, we could discuss the possibility of maybe knocking that down to 4, and then maybe putting in an outpatient facility. But I mean, it's 15 blocks from the hospital, so that would make it a little tough. You know what I'm saying?
That's one of our goals, but I don't want to get stuck in it too long. I like to
Okay.
give you
What are some of your other goals?
give you my other goals. That way we can move along here.
Yeah.
I know your time's valuable, so I don't want to hold you up too long. So what I would like to see as well is um, have a community control board. I know you guys are, most of the board members, board of trustees aren't from around here. And I would like to see people from the community as part of the board. Um, Again, that's part of having our voice being heard.
Okay.
Where,
So to make that clear, you want 100% control of the board,
not 100%,
just most of it.
maybe,
Well, because put it this way, we're willing to work with you guys. I think it's an excellent idea to have members of the community serve on the board, but as it stands, we can't be just giving out, 5 spots on the board to community members. While we value your opinion and we want to help you guys because you're the ones who live in there, it's true, we don't live there. Would be willing to give you like 2 spots on the board as a community voice. That way, you guys can hold, your own meetings where you discuss issues where you can then bring them to us. It's a direct voice for the people, and then we're gonna hear it on our own meetings. So they can like relay their message to you, and you can bring it to us. Instead of writing these anonymous letters that we don't answer. We feel like that's a good way for you guys to get your voice heard is if we give you 2 spots on the board.
how many people's on the board?
8. Well, 6 now, but we'd be willing to grow to 8 and throw you guys in there for 2 spots.
Well, my concern is having community members being bullied. Would that be a problem? Can you promise me a fair and equitable treatment amongst the board of trustees and when the community members are incorporated in that as well? I want their ideas to be equally valued.
Right, that's a valid point. As far as the bullying goes, I don't think I can't see that happening. I think part of being on the board is wanting the best for the hospital, and we take every opinion and every little insight. I think we take into account, and we bargain in good faith. I don't see us, trying to push around the little guy because if you're part of the board, you have a say just like we all have a say.
Okay, I think that's good. I think having 2 members is the start of
Yeah.
establishing a good relationship.
Okay, so we can agree on that.
Bring up 2 members. I think that'll be a great start to establishing a good relationship with the community. Now we was wondering if we can get a daycare facility established. A lot of us are low-income families. We can't afford private daycare. Having that daycare facility would really help us financially. We think that'll be a great option for the community to have.
Okay.
Now, what do you guys think about it?
I do understand that's a need that you guys have pressed for. At the same time, we're not in the business of running a daycare, but I think we might be able to work something out. Like I said, with the new building we purchased, maybe instead of having the 6 levels for nurses, if we just give you 1, we give you like the daycare that you guys need. I think we'd be able to work that out. I think it is a good idea, and it brings us closer to the community. So it looks, it looks good for us to have the daycare. It shows that we care about the community, we care about members of the community. I think we could be able to work that out if we just donate, or not donate, we just give 1 floor for a daycare. That would be able to work.
Okay, so that wouldn't be too much of a problem.
No, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, excellent. Now, also, we wanted to see, I think it's very important because of the rise of a disease and the sickness that's been going on, that's been increasing. We think would be very important to have a preventative diagnostic mobile health team consisting of neighborhood residents chosen by us, the CCC. Um, and that would be funded by you guys, of course.
Yeah.
Um, but it will all be in um, the good faith of the community, the benefit of the community.
Mm-hmm. That's expensive. Yeah, that's money that we don't have as a hospital. If the community really wants this, I think that maybe we should make a deal where you guys have a fundraiser for the hospital. That might be something like, the community comes out, everyone donates, a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there. But we can't totally fund that by ourselves. It's just not in our budget. We're struggling as it is right now. We're really in a financial squeeze. So I think if we work together and, try to find some kind of fundraiser or something like that, a lot of these things that your goals are, I mean, we could possibly meet.
Okay, and I understand the financial issue that's going on. So that's something I'm willing to take a look at in the future. If you're willing to, we can look at that again in the future. I think maybe not now. I understand your financial situation.
Yep.
So I appreciate all the concessions that you can make
Yep.
on our behalf. So if we can bring that up in the future, I think this would be.
And that goes back to having the two members of the community that can always be revisited. If some of your goals aren't met today, that doesn't mean you're shut down forever. It just means our current financial situation, we can't meet your demands. So that can come down, in a couple of months. It's not closed out forever. It's not completely closed out.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
And then, as far as the outpatient goes, just to revisit that, I said that we won't be able to fund that right away, which we won't be able to. I still stand on that. But just one way to close that gap a little bit is if you, as the community members, stick to like a plan. We have a lot of people where, we schedule their appointments, they don't show up, a lot of no shows, and it just backlogs the whole system. So if you, as having the two members of the community on the board, really put that out there to stick to your time commitment, that can increase the productivity of the outpatient center.
Okay, that's definitely something that we can do.
Yeah.
We already appreciate the fact that you're allowing us to be part of the board.
Yeah, we
Appreciate
just
that.
want this to run as smoothly and effectively as we can.
Now, one of my concerns is probably with the board of trustees, we would like to replace that board of director with someone from the community. And before you even say anything, I think would be the best interest of the community. Again, we serve about 65%
Yep.
of your outpatient facilities.
Mm-hmm.
This would be someone who's very well known in the community, someone who's in touch with the people of the community,
Mm-hmm.
so they could be a good voice for the community. I know you gave us two, but I think this would be a change for the better, because under the leadership of your board of director, again, there was an increase in illness amongst the community that was just getting worse over time. With the community increase, I think it will be highly beneficial for both the hospital and us, the CCC, to have someone from the CCC represent the board of trustees.
Right. We hear what you're saying. At the same time, you can't pin all these like diseases on the board of directors. A lot of it goes back to the community members too, not showing up to appointments. The board of directors, he's doing all that he can to maintain this hospital. It's not, the hospital's not underwater yet. He hasn't failed yet. And we just feel like to completely shake it up like that after agreeing on the two members, I just feel like it wouldn't be fair to our director, and putting in a member of the community, I feel like we'd be setting them up for failure because we're in the midst of a negotiation right now, and to completely just scrap what we had, basically restart because they're not going to be familiar with the policies that we have, how we run our hospital, or the direction we want to go. And I feel like if everything that we negotiated today would just kind of be scrapped and we'd have to restart. So we think it is in the hospital's best interest to keep the current director. And I mean, it's the hospital's best interest, but the hospital's number one interest is the community members. So we feel like, just to get rid of them would defeat, the steps that we've taken today.
We won't be completely integrated with the board of directors.
You just want a new one.
Want a new one?
Yeah.
They can still remain on the board of trustees,
Yeah.
but the person that will be heading the team will be a member of the TCC. And I think with the right tools and resources, with the guidance that's going to be provided by the board of trustees, I think the person that we select will be very well capable of leading the team.
How about this? We gave you the 2 members. What if we bump that up to 3 and we keep the director? So you now have 3 members. It's still going to be an 8-person team. We'll get rid of 1 person on our behalf. So that would be 3 community members. And it can be that person. They'll be on the board. They just won't be the director. So now you have 3 voices.
Okay, that sounds good. I think that's very doable. I think that will provide a good balance. Well, I mean, we're starting off I think it's a start off a great relationship between the community and the hospital.
Yep.
So that's a great idea. I think that'll work. So I know we met kind of on an irrational basis. We kind of took over
A little strange.
strain there, going on strike. So if we can meet again and go over the details and have it ready.
Yeah, I like the agreement that we came up with. I think it gives both of us room to grow, and we're moving in the right direction.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you. We'll be seeing you.
All right.